forget what they do, but they're famous for that logo because everybody thinks it's a naked woman, but it's not. It's a man and a woman. All right, got a flashy Italian versus a flashy Frenchman. And actually spent quite a bit of time in America, did Ruben. Doing that cheater step where he swings his leg back, um, trying to flush forward into Diveroli's step forward. Diveroli misses the first. No, he doesn't. Um, but sees it coming and gets a flick on the arm to punish it. Flush from a bit out of distance. Wow, Canon going low, high, but forward the whole time. That's an athletic touch. That's really athletic. And then doubles it because he was out of distance. Which is why you don't see people doing that much besides the lack of athleticism. Another deep foot shot from Canon. I wonder if he's trying to set that up again. I don't know if it's working for him. Tries for the counter, duck and counter. A lot of pressure from Di Veroli. And now he just releases. Um, and then starts looking for the pressure again. Canon finds the time in that time for the flush on the Canon wants a second step forward and find it. Does sportswear and apparently also emotifies Kappa. Yeah. Um, because it's a meme. Oh, really good touch from Di Veroli. Canon going low, high, trying to keep it safe. And David just sticks his arm out, finds it, and just pokes him on the wrist as he's coming up. Again, slow pressure from Di Veroli. Okay, medium pressure from Di Veroli. Release. Everybody's too athletic for their own good, and they go high, low, high, low, high, low, whip past each other. Kind of a Randy Flesh and Di Veroli, just trying to keep Canon honest. Canon's fairly honest. Gets his arm for the counter. See, this is how you call for a halt. You back up and keep backing up while you wave your hand for a halt, and then you get a halt. You don't just call for a halt and then let yourself get hit and then complain about it. Wow. I'm not even sure what to make of this one. Canon technically headbutted Divaroli. Um, Probably hurt Canon more than Divaroli. But, uh, oh, hey, not a raised finals piece. What genius, what brilliance. On the piece still. I count that. His right foot still on. Yellow card, probably for the headbutt, which is fair. Clearly accidental, but you can't just not card that. France Pants logo also very boring. Sounds like the kind of thing you can make for 2 minutes in Photoshop. Yeah, I mean, the wide enough to not be an issue is what I mean. They're not gonna run, not gonna take a step off the side of the piece and fall off. Canon threatens forward and David jumps like a rabbit backwards. Canon threatens low and David jumps like a rabbit. Oh, but that time. Not sure what Canon was thinking there, because he clearly misjudged the distance. But maybe he wasn't expecting the flesh. He was expecting him to stay as a counter. That could be it. Switching blades by Di Veroli. Interesting. I don't know what the deal is, but usually you only do that when you're down or it breaks. Everybody thank your sponsors, Toyota, Issy Bank, Police. I'm not going to shout out the French police. It's Italian police. Facchetta Rosa, I don't know what that is. I don't know any of these sponsors, but check them out if they're relevant for you at all. Broke his blade. Oh, he broke the blade. I missed that. Okay. It was definitely an awkward hit. And end of the first period. Definitely feels like a deeper Rolly show, even though it's only 5-3. What do we got? We got cartons of water for some reason, which is weird. That's weird, right? That's weird. Carton of water? That's weird. All right, back to the fencing. Di Veroli. Um, Honestly, it feels like they both have each other's measure, and they're doing their things, and Kanan's getting the hit a little bit less often than Di Veroli, but not by much. Um, maybe Kanan could stand to be a little bit less hyper athletic aggressive on the long attacks. That's probably been his worst actions. But they have game plans and they're executing them. That's how fencing works at this level: is execute your game plan. They both know each other very well. Neither one of them is new to the circuit. They both had a lot of success. Kanan does it again. Tiverol is rightfully annoyed, but Kanan is lying on the ground in pain, like his leg cramped. Although he's kind of turning into it, honestly. Coconut water comes in cartons. Okay, but like, why though? Is coconut water a thing you would be drinking at a sporting event? Does it have like electrolytes and stuff? Canon cramping, I think. So long as they're not hydrating out of like a shoe, you're not going to judge the vessel they drink from. Um, Funny story about that. We used to have like a water bottle in the shape of a football shoe, like a cleat. And it was really cool. And then one day I brought milk for cereal to school, and then I forgot about it and left my backpack for a month, and then it exploded, and that was the end of that. Overheating too, that looks like a cold compress. Oh, that looks so painful. I hate when people touch cramps. I mean, like it didn't look like a shoe because it wasn't hollow, but it was for being I think a sheet of plastic. It was pretty obvious. It was pretty good. My 8-year-old memories. I got a thing of Gatorade powder. You can buy like a big jug of Gatorade powder and you dump it in your water bottle and shake it up and get Gatorade. It's so much cheaper than buying the bottles and it's really good. I got it. I went through the whole thing in like a month. Ruined the backpack too when the milk exploded because we couldn't get the smell out, and that was really really disappointing because I really like that backpack. You noped out of the manufacturing industry. Okay, so that's interesting because I actually thought this was the thing you were drinking, and not a thing you were making. That's a different perspective on it. As we wait for, yeah, I mean, no shot. Canon gives up now. He's gonna fence on half a leg if he has to. Now stretching it, full knee bend. That's a good sign. Back up, zipped up. This camera giving me motion sickness. I don't even get motion sickness. Zoom out a little. Wonder what that thing on the ref's hand is. Maybe it's the timer for the 1 minute shot clock. None. What are none tablets? I feel like I've heard people like Cat Home is selling those, but I don't know what they are. All right, so Kanon's definitely kind of shaky. Also got a red card for the second head ram, which is fair. But definitely a lot of shaking, definitely a lot less bend in his back foot. I wonder what the temperature of the venue is like. But a passive Kanon is still a counter-attacking force to be reckoned with. Not easy to get in on him. Especially when he can jump backwards off his front foot and be fine. Wow! He gets it that time. He was too fast and ran into the counter. And the first time, and this time he's slow enough that the counter actually misses. Diveroli reacts too quickly. At that time, though. I think this, like, I hate to say it, but I don't think Kanon can make this comeback with one leg, which is unfortunate. But, it's what you get for something that high energy of style. Still, can't do it. Good eyes open femur post from Di Veroli as Kanon runs past without a headbutt this time. Numb does sports hydration tablets and energy gels. Are they cheaper than just a bag of powder? It might be worth looking into, especially if I can get them from like I heard. The trick here for Divarolo would be not to give Kanon not still it would be to still respect Kanon. Like he can do stuff like that now because Kanon doesn't have a back leg. But if he's not careful about it, Kanon's just gonna find counterattacks all the time. You grabbed it because they didn't have Powerade Gatorade options. Okay, well it's cheaper than just a bottle. Still might be worth it because I can only get the powder stuff in the States. See what iHerb has. Yep, another counter from DiVeroli because he's got no push left. Now he got a bunk on top of it. No idea if it's cheaper, just what they had, and you impulse bought it. Cheaper than bottles. Well, thanks for the tip. I'll check it out. Kanon on his lost leg now, not even his lost legs because he doesn't have a right leg. DiVeroli just gotta put him out of his misery. Let him get to the massage table. I'm trying to hold DiVeroli at distance, make it to the third period for the moral moral victory of hey. Fast flush from DiVeroli, 6 seconds left. DiVeroli wants it and gets it. Well, started out as a humdinger of a bout. Kanan got injured. You can see he's in pain. Already headed off. I got yelled at by a ref in like a pool bout in a local for taking my mask off before he called the bout. And here we are, fucking semis of the world championship, and he's taking his mask off right away and nobody cares. God. Some people have like an ounce of power and abuse it so hard. Congrats to Di on Kurbanov, absolute brick of a man. Yeah, local refs can be real uptight. I have stories. And I'm not going to say it now because this isn't Scott complaining hour, but uh, yeah, local refs. Yeah, it's probably the power trick one. It's all right. Pretty sure I got like silver at that tournament. Probably didn't. Probably went on the second round to somebody I should have beaten. What usually happened in those little ones. But I didn't really understand fencing until like 2 years ago. All right, here we got that extended arm again from Koch Kurbanov. A lot more steady, it feels like, than so closely, but honestly, overall, pretty similar. Looks like he's reacting a lot less to that extended arm, which could be good. Koch goes low. That's right, you are a whiskey person. I forgot. We are talking about. I think we talked about Japanese whiskeys once. Oh, good counter from Kurbanov. Powder post ignores all of the provocation from Koch. Waits till he goes just clean, 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 clean. See if he lets it go to his head. Whoa! Kurbanov's so strong he flipped Koch accidentally. That's insane. Oh my god. I think Cook got carded for that interaction where he got flipped over. Just adding insult to injury. Oh, good counter from Koch. Sir, this isn't swing dance. So an Indian whiskey at a new to me store. Oh, that's pretty good. Send me the name. Maybe on like Discord or something so I see it later. All right, 2-1 for Cook. All right, Kurbanov calmed down again, but now he's got a one touch deficit. Um, just waiting for Cook to come out and passivity. Just two very patient fencers waiting to see what happens. Kurbanov is just hanging out there on the left, and then Koch is hanging out there on the right. We've got end of the first. Kind of a boring, low-scoring bout. Um, Not much to say here. I don't really understand Cook's game, um, except he's using his arm as bait, I think, and Kurbanov is not buying it, which is basically Kurbanov's game. Because it is, I'll say this for the arm, it does seem like it really makes your opponent play your style. Maybe somebody like Nunn could get away with doing a lot of low actions, but that just. Oh, that was really close. Going up flat on top of the mask. That would have been a big change. Yeah, going low seems to be the thing to do against that because it's a target that's more open now. Kurbanov opening with a bit closer distance to Koch. It's probably Cook. Cook goes low, Kurbanov goes low. Cook comes in, Kurbanov counters, 2-3. Just a gift, like my coach says. It's a gift. Kurbanov flush off the line, hoping to see if Cook is asleep at the wheel in the semis of the World Cup for some reason. I don't really know. That could have been a really crucial touch. That one there, that was the gift, and then the one where he hit flat on the mask could have been really big difference. That would be 5-3 the other way, or I guess 4-4, 4-3. Oh, parry, and then I think the disengage, and then the disengage misses. Yeah, he's just so fast with his hand. He got three parries out there. That was 6-2-6 again. That was fast. All while Cook is flushing and disengaging all of it. Kurbanov being a little bit more active now, no longer willing to sit and wait for Cook to come at him. He's starting to push a little bit, see if he can break open Cook's defense. Um, which is scary because I think is what Cook specializes in is getting people to come at him. Yeah, and then things like that happen. Put a link and short write up on the whiskey into the Discord. Thank you so much. Uh, Kurbanov starts pushing Cook, and then Cook gets an easy counter because that's Cook's whole game, and then Kurbanov has to do it again. I think that was another lucky one for Cook. Kurbanov did manage to draw out the counter he wanted, and then whiffed the riposte because he had to like weird around Cook's blade, but Cook's remise counter got in. And that's bad news for Gabana. We got a lot of fencing to go still. Um, Cook sponsored by PBT. I think is a Hungarian brand. I really like that backpack. Another counter from Cook that we missed most of because I have an article on writing the 10 Commandments of videotaping fencing. And if I wanted it to be a little bit less serious than it was, number 10 would be don't fucking cut to um, slow mo replay while there's fencing going on. Ten four. This is one of the really good features of Cook's game is that, oh, as Kurbanov gets Cook to commit to a parry, um, like way low, and then goes around it and hits the touch. The more you feed into Cook's game of defensive counterattacking, the more you have to attack into Cook's game, and the better it is as a defensive counterattacker. Things like that just wouldn't have happened in the first period because it was tied up or Kurbanov was leading. It's so precise because you want to be able to draw out that action from him. So you draw the very edges of distance. But once he's up 6 touches, now he's just not going to react until late because he knows you have to come to him. That gives him a huge advantage to do things like that. And now it's 2 touches left. And once again, nobody hits. And Cook gets another leany kind of a flesh. Van Hyde disengaged around, and that late hit he was getting so good against whoever it was in his quarterfinals, Siklosi. Mostly infighting touch by Kurbanov, but I would trust him to be able to do those regularly. And so that's probably an action he wants to try to get. But defensive counterattacker Cook it's going to be very hard for him to get in. And he's got to get 7 touches now before Cook gets even one double. Of course, he's got touches to play with. But if he keeps doing that, he's not going to. He's not going to have any more to play with. 9-14, a lot better than 7-14. 10-14. Cook has lost all of his patience. He wants this so badly. I don't know why. It's like obviously I've never been in anything remotely resembling this situation. But Cook's really got to slow down and play his game that got him to 14-7. Like this. Yeah, there you go. The extensions in the backs, and there it is, 15. Really, really good fencing from Cook. You can see he's got